And even though they were not really lost, a group of 13 hikers caused quite a scare when they did not return home on Sunday night. Members of the Bourne Seventh-day Adventist Church began hiking along segment 9, the toughest segment of the Waitukubuli Trail, shortly after 6 a.m., and when they hadn't returned home by nightfall, family and friends sounded the alarm and a search party was formed. Jillian Robinson, Trail Operations Officer of the Waitukubuli National Trail, explained that as soon as the word got to her and her team, they mobilized.
The response was multi-pronged. I got a phone call from one of the forest officers the evening, and that set off a series of phone calls, as you can imagine. I live in Marigot, and the incident happened on the other side of the island, so I drove from Marigot, met up with Stephen Dura, who is one of our veteran foresters. My son was with me, Norris Francois Jr., who works with Unite, and Donaldson Frederick from the Office of Disaster Management. So that was our little team that was assembled in terms of a rapid response to the event, or to the situation. We were in touch with the fire and ambulance services. We were also in touch with the relatives of the people who were allegedly missing. And so we had communication. Communication had been established.
Robinson indicated that although the fire officers and policemen went back to base because a rescue operation of that kind was not permitted at night, her team set out on the trail.
But Mr. Dura was like, Julie, we're going on the trail. And so we drove up to the heights of Salisbury, and we walked on the trail for a bit. It was pretty late. There was a lot of moonlight, so we were able to see our way, and of course the guys had flashlights and all that. And once we ascertained that the people had not gotten to that point, it meant that we had to go back. So we went backwards to Monrachet, and we encountered the parent of one of the children on the trail, and he told us that he had gone up on the trail in that area. He's a hunter, and he had seen evidence of trampling and footprints and all of that. So by that, we narrowed down where they could possibly be. So we knew that they were somewhere between the heights of Monrachet and the heights of Salisbury, and that was at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So coming out of that, it made it easier for the search and rescue teams going in, meaning that they knew exactly where they had to search.
Robinson went on to commend the hiking group and to offer some hiking tips as well.
I want to applaud the decisions that were made by the group. I interacted with them as well, and I understood their situation. We do not condone the fact that they went on the trail without informing us. Also, I think that if someone has a compromised knee, then segment 9 may not necessarily be for them. There is something for everyone, and so that was a bit of an issue for us. But coming out of that, we choose to focus on the positive. We choose to ride on the momentum that has been created in the wake of all of this, and to use the opportunity to do some public relations, to do some sensitization, and like I said, to just ride the crest of this wave. And so the first point that we want to drive home is that hikes on the Waitukubuli National Trail should be registered. Whether it's an individual, whether it's a group, whether it's resident, non-resident, whoever you are, you might be a very green Dominican and you figure that you know the bush, quote unquote, we ask that people register. And we have made it very easy. You can register online on our website. You can send us a message via Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. You can call in the office. You can walk into the office in Pokase and also the head office of forestry in Roseau. And you can, register your information with us. Once you do that, we will make contact with you and ask what is the composition of the group, the fitness level of the people, especially for hikes that will take place on the adventure segments 8 and 9.
The unit will often recommend that hikers take a trained trail guide along, and the unit can also provide specific information that will help the group decide what provisions they should take with them.
Also, we would, like I said before, try to ascertain the fitness level of the individuals, because some people, they might just be excited about getting out onto the trail, getting out into nature, and they don't realize that segment 8 has a number of very large river crossings. There is also Mosquito Mountain on segment 8, which is going to take you 2 hours sheer uphill, And even when you get up to the top of Mosquito Mountain and you think, well, yeah, I'm at the top of the mountain, then you have to go down onto the other side and it is just as bad, especially on your knees. So we give you that type of information. So then you can make solid decisions. You can decide, do we want to proceed with the same group that we had? Do we want to leave the children out? Can we now add in a few people? You know, do we probably need to bring extra food and water? Are we going to ensure that we walk with a flashlight in case the sun goes down while we're still there and we have to hunker down for the night like the hikers did, which again was a good decision. You know, so that is the kind of technical support that we provide from the trail management unit, and that is why it is important that the hikes are registered.
Okay.
Other guidelines include starting the trail at the recommended times. For some trails, it is not recommended to begin after 7 a.m.
I would like to encourage Dominicans to hike the trail, to own the trail, to be guardians of this national treasure that we have. We can make a boast that we are the first long-distance hiking trail in the Caribbean. And I think that we should make it our business to be educated and not sensationalize everything.
She expressed great satisfaction with how the team from the trail unit handled the situation by staying focused and strategic. Robinson also noted that many of the recommendations made by the public are being taken into consideration, and all 14 segments of the trail will be rehabilitated.